Alright, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. We're here to save the world again from adult tyranny. Today, it's part 3 of Operation Video Game. And as you can see here, we don't have too much more left to do. We've got, like, technically 2.5 missions to do, and then we've got a whole bunch of bonus content to check out, which I'm excited for because a lot of it looks really neat. Joined again.
Should be a good time.
Absolutely. We're facing down the Toilinator again. He doesn't know when to give up. What does he got for us this time, I wonder? God, those eyes.
Nemesis number 4. Even you can't foil my new plan. The treehouse flooding might of my new power flush toilets is unstoppable.
Oh no. What could this possibly be?
What? You call that a new plan? It's exactly the same as the last time. But I like this plan. But it doesn't work. What's the point if it doesn't work?
Why is this our conversation that's happening here?
This time, I have henchmen, and my scummy mummies are, scary! Oh, for crying out loud, these aren't even henchmen! Scary? They're walking walls of butt wide!
Oh, that's a line that couldn't get into the show, I don't think.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow that strikes me as something that wouldn't have been... Oh, wow. That wouldn't have been kosher to put on the Cartoon Network.
At the time, anyway.
They would have tried it. Alright, how much of a threat do these guys pose? Are these gonna be like Fume Knights? Oh, no. They pose no threat.
Fume Knights after a fashion.
Now, I'm gonna try something here. I don't know if it's gonna work.
Don't forget those rainbow monkeys.
Yeah, you recall that we did this, well, we've been in this command center a couple of times now.
Mm-hmm.
The very first level has an unlockable secret in it, which is, basically you walk around and there's like a bunch of toilet rolls on the ground, and you kick them into this center console here, and you unlock something special. And, there's a couple of those in the game. There are a handful that I did not get.
Now I need to wash my hands.
There's one of them there, and there's another one in number 5's where number 5 has like a pool table in the middle of her room. You kick all of the pool balls into the pool table, and you get something else. I think there's another one somewhere that I'm not thinking about. There might be one with the boxing ring in number 4's level as well. But, yeah, it looks like there's not one for this level, so that's one less thing to worry about. I want to make sure that the completionists out there know that I know.
Oh, come on! What are they? Commando scummy mummies now?
We're not gonna get it. We're not gonna get all of it. I'll probably get all of it one day.
I believe that.
I thought to myself...
I believe that you will get them all one day.
It's like, you know, we did the last stream, and I was thinking to myself, okay, I didn't get 100 rainbow monkeys in that last level as number 3, but that number 3 level also totally did take, like, 40 minutes. So, what's the over-under on should I go and get it, or should I just let it be what it is? And I thought to myself, nobody's gonna want to watch that level for another 40 minutes.
No.
Then I can find a way to get through that hole.
And I'm not gonna want to play that level for another 40 minutes.
One of these crates should do the trick.
But I do want to look up, like, what is it gonna be? You know, what am I missing out on? There we go. And the answer is not very much. I'm pretty sure for all of those, for the 100 rainbow monkeys, you unlock, like, the weapon upgrades that you get to start the level with. And in some cases, you unlock some art, I believe. But other than that, the super special ones, like the knock 5 things into a container, you unlock, like, super deformed versions of the characters. We have one to show off, which is number 4.
Are they not already super deformed?
See, you would think that. And that's why I'm so curious. I'm like, how much more could you squish number 4 down to make him tinier?
I would like to see that.
There's a bunch of cool stuff. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Gotta get that platforming in there. Otherwise, it's not a real GameCube game.
Man, the score is just going nuts.
I know. It's also, like, surprisingly kind of loud.
A bit.
You know, while I'm sitting here playing this GameCube game, I want to point out that I was listening to the Giant Bombcast the other day. And by the other day, I mean like a couple hours ago, last night. And I'm a big fan of one Mr. Jeff Gerstmann and a lot of the stuff that he says. But much like me, I think you'll find that he is oftentimes the bearer of maybe the worst takes imaginable. And
I find that unsurprising that you like him then.
He says some stuff that's wonderful, but like for every wonderful thing he says, he's like, yeah, man, Breath of the Wild was the worst game of that year. And I'm like, holy shit. But he was dunking on the GameCube controller for a good, I want to say 10, 15 minutes at the end of that Bombcast, and I was like, I don't know if it's just me. I love the GameCube controller. I love how much
honestly.
It's like a Fisher-Price baby garbage nonsense toy, but that's why I like it. It reminds me that I'm playing a video game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Also, the fact that the A button can like dwarf stars in certain systems makes me really happy. A lot of people have issues with, like, whenever people talk about why they don't like the GameCube controller, they're like, oh, I don't like the Z button. And it's like, well, the Z button is just a bumper before bumpers existed, so what's the...
Yeah?
Like, is it because there's one bumper? I don't understand, like, I don't understand the argument, is I guess what I'm saying.
The left bumper is overrated.
Especially because, I don't know if you have this problem, but when I'm playing on the Switch in particular, I have a super difficult time telling what ZL and ZR are when you also have R1 and RB, because sometimes you're like, on certain controllers, R1 is the right bumper and R2 is the right trigger.
Yeah.
But that never seemed right to me, because as somebody who was playing like a lot of Team Fortress or, you know, stuff like that, R1 is what you would press to shoot, which would map to a trigger. Also, I always thought of bumpers. Oh god, this slowdown doesn't like this little swamp
great.
effect. I always thought of the trigger as like the primary of the back buttons, and the bumper to be a secondary, right?
And I understand that logic, but also at the same time, like, the bumper is on top, so it makes sense in that way.
It does, but then you have the problem of certain consoles turning that upside down, and it means different things in different contexts, right? So instead of the problem of, you know, Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo all have different places for the A and B button, and then, you know, different color options for certain buttons, then you also have, not only did we not fix that and not standardize that, but in addition, we've added bumpers that have different names depending on what console and controller you're using.
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I think that the Xbox has the best system for that. Because it's RB, right bumper, RT, right trigger. No confusion. Very simple.
I think that's the best. I think that is absolutely the best system for that. And also because, I don't know what it is, I like, even just when you're talking about the face buttons on the Xbox, I like looking at a button that says this is A button, this is B button, because it reminds me of like SNES, right? But part of the reason I don't like the PlayStation controller is like, oh, this is the triangle button. Welcome to my art show. This is the square button. It's also purple. And it's like, is it the fucking A button or the fucking B button? Come on.
Oh, I can't believe my henchmen couldn't stop you! They're toilet paper! Toilet paper! Toilet paper is not a henchman! Ah! Just for that, I'll let my elite henchmen attack you!
Ah.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Elite henchmen? They're walking poo! Oh, crud. And now I have to fight walking poo?
Oh no. Is that what those are supposed to be? Okay.
They're sewage, quote unquote.
We are now playing Conker's Bad Fur Day, apparently.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, since the objective is smash the toilets, maybe you can't hurt those guys.
Yeah.
Just a hunch.
I'm thinking you're probably right about that. Just break it. Oh wow, these take a lot of damage. Holy shit. That was getting to the point where I was like, wait, do I need to do something instead of just mashing on the buttons? And the answer is no.
No, it flashes red. Of course it breaks.
Sometimes you just gotta keep whacking. So maybe I would like to choose a different phrase, given that we're dealing with, like, toilets and tissue paper.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe I just won't. Maybe I'll let it be what it is.
Let it rock.
I don't remember if our stream has a mature content warning on it or not.
I thought it did.
I know that it did at one point. I don't know if it still does. Sorry, Twitch. Don't sue me. Actually, please don't sue me.
It's next door, Slugger.
The Slugger!
Glove gives unbelievable headache.
Yeah. It's a splanker mixed with a fucking sock'em.
Oh yeah, that's good.
sock'em. Sorry, sock'em bock'em. Sock'em bopp'em.
Bop 'em, rock 'em.
That's got some decent range to it. It's very similar to the splanker.
One and done.
You know what else I liked about the GameCube controller?
What?
When you spin it around, you get this real satisfying...
Oh yeah.
It's like you're turning a crank. Like you're Dr. Frankenstein.
Turning a weird, like, octagonal crank.
Yeah, like you're raising Frankenstein's monster up on his shelf or whatever. I find that to be satisfying. Is there...
That's probably a prompt in a game.
I would hope so, and if not, there should be. You know what? That would be... Okay, so some number of years ago, you may remember they were trying to do... Universal was trying to do a cinematic dark universe for all of their monster movies. And it failed, like, immediately.
Shocker.
Right? I'm thinking to myself, that might be a better fit for games. If you had, like, an action Frankenstein game and an action Dracula game made by the Dracula and Frankenstein people, you do an Invisible Man stealth game.
Dracula, maybe. Frankenstein, maybe not.
What's it? You could do like a... If you're Frankenstein, you could do like a... Because keep in
Also,
mind...
let's just address this right now. Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, we said that at the beginning when we were talking about Frankenstein's Frankenstein. Frankenstein's
Did we?
crank. Yeah. I know that I said it at least once.
Maybe you do have to kill them all.
Maybe I do. But yeah, I feel like... Because keep in mind, right? This isn't like we're making a serious attempt at a video game. This is we're doing the dark universe, and it's edgy. It's your DMC Devil May Cry, but with the Universal monsters as video games.
That's not a good sell, my man.
It's your Castlevania to your Castlevania Lords of Shadow.
Again, not a good sell.
That's what it would be. I'm not saying it would be good, I'm saying it would be a better fit than a movie. Are you telling me that you don't want a DMC Devil May Cry where you play as Frankenstein's Crankenstein?
DMCA Devil May Cry.
DMCA Devil May Cry is pretty good.
That's all I have to say about that.
DMCA Devil May Cry is what happened when they figured out that that singer was like a terrible human being and took him off the soundtrack immediately. That might be one of those things that nobody else remembers except for me.
Yeah, I sure don't remember it.
Well, I'm gonna say that information is out there and people can look it up. And I'm gonna say that if I was to describe the reason that guy got pulled off the soundtrack, we might have to put that mature content warning up on here. I mean, ask Fade. Fade knows all about it. He'll tell you. If there's something to be known about Devil May Cry, they'll know it.
No matter how hideous and unsightly the truth may be.
That's right. And unfortunately, I mean, this was about DMCA 5.
DMCA Devil May Cry.
DMCA 5. You probably can't play DMC on stream super easily, right? Because of all those licensed music tracks?
Oh, yeah. They couldn't even get original music for the game, huh?
No.
No.
DMCA falls around my soul. Gotta let it out, gotta let it out. Oh no. This lawyer inside has a hold of me, clenching his power, trying to break free. Gotta let it out, gotta let it out! Gotta let it out, gotta let it out! Eventually I'll... God damn it. This camera angle is awful.
You should play that game. It's a good game.
I played
And that's
it.
coming from me.
I played it for about 2 levels, and then I was like, oh my god, I'm still terrible at this. I plan to play it on stream. That's one that we wanted to play with Mixa.
Totally. I'm down for that.
But, like, playing those games on my own, I am not a good enough video game player to be able to play them by myself. I've tried. I think I own all those games. I remember playing the demo for DMCA 4 when it came out. And yeah, I know, I'm gonna keep saying it because it's baked into my brain at this point.
I'm glad.
So DMCA 4, in which you play as Nero. That was a good game. I remember playing the demo for that and beating the first boss and being like, man, this is really cool. I should play the rest of the game. And then I tried to play the rest of the game and I was like, I'm so bad at video games. I remember...
I slogged through DMC4. I don't want to say that I had a bad time, but I had a rough time.
It makes sense. I mean, they're not easy games, and that's why people love them. Oh, jeez.
Hey, what's your special button do?
Big shot. It's like a big uppercut punch.
Boss killer.
Yeah. This is a lot. There are just so many. I'm actually kind of surprised that the frame rate didn't die when it spawned these guys in.
Yeah.
The soundtrack can't quite handle it. Dude, come on. What is this? Thank you. What's worse in a video game? When you have to chase after an enemy, but they are just, like, slightly faster than your top run speed. Or when you have to follow someone in a video game, but they're walking, and your walk is faster than their walk, and your run is obviously way too fast.
I think that that's worse, the second one. I got a question for you.
What's up?
What's worse in a video game? Sniper enemies that run away from you and they're faster than you, or sniper enemies that are just as deadly up close, if not more so, because of bullet travel time?
That's interesting. Give me an example, because I feel like that might be situational. That might depend on the
sniper robots in Nuclear Throne.
Oh, I didn't play that game.
No, you didn't, but that's the only example I've got.
Probably, if I had to guess, I would say probably somebody that runs away from you usually makes me more upset.
Only one toilet left until your treehouse is overflowing with my sewerific henchmen.
Because if you can get up close and dodge...
They're not freaking... wait a minute. That's my toilet you're talking about. And nobody clogs my toilet except me. What? You clog a toilet? You're too small to clog a drain.
Oh, they couldn't get this on the show.
Last one to the top gets a royal butt whooping. Race?
Oh, fuck.
You ready for some precision platforming?
Being a big loser?
Fuck.
Oh, you want to race the Toilinator number 4? You're on.
Time to race Koopa the Quick, except he's covered in fecal matter. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, sorry. Nintendo doesn't like that. Stream's down.
Channel deleted.
Nintendo, like, their lawyers are just looking to... oh my... a solid gold toilet. Okay.
They're just tingling.
Is this a race?
Toilinator's gonna plug my cruddy toilet if I can help it.
I hope this isn't a race. I'm gonna say this is also probably the other level, considering how many toilet paper rolls there are all over the place. This is probably another one.
Ready or not, toilet breath, it's time to find out who's getting flushed and who's doing the flushing.
Oh, this is interesting, actually. There seem to be multiple routes for success.
Toilet, I'm gonna have time to use it before I beat your butt.
Yeah, this would never have been on the show. This just isn't even like what the writing was really like.
Number 4, even jiggling the handle. Won't save you now.
There we go. No!
Oh no!
Oh, why would you tilt the camera away from me like that? Oh, I gotta go all the way back.
It's next door.
Okay, that's really doable.
Maybe if he wasn't so
I was
afraid of
worried
me
that
kicking
was
his
gonna
butt,
be...
he wouldn't be running so fast.
I was worried that was gonna be like crazy, out of left field, but no, that's pretty doable. I like that it's a race, but it's not like a straight line, right?
Yeah.
There are multiple routes all over the place and like shortcuts all over the place. It's open-ended. And the fact that it's around like a circular arena makes it pretty cool. If I hadn't messed up that one jump.
Time to find out who's getting flushed and who's doing the flushing.
You tell him, D. Bradley Baker.
Ha! Not only am I gonna beat you to my toilet, I'm gonna have time to use it before I beat your butt.
Kick that off of here. Let the drummer kick that. Oh, you know what it is for this level? I think it's the dumbbells. I think you have to kick the dumbbells into the ring in the middle, maybe? There we go.
Nobody beats the toilet clogging leapfrogging speed of a
my God.
Codenator. That's impossible.
I love Unpossible.
Listen up. My room is my castle, and this is my throne. Got it? Can I just flush it a little? Save your strength, toilet brush. We'll see how you like flushing in zero gravity soon enough.
That's right, you're getting sent straight to the moon base. Okay, so yeah, I think for this level, for the super secret, you have to get the dumbbells into the middle of the ring. And that makes sense. But the super deformed stuff, I'm not too worried about not getting that.
Excellent work, my apprentice. We now
My
have
God.
everything we need. And your construction of the amalgamator is proceeding?
According to plan.
Well then, my delightful children.
Father
I
is
believe
great.
It's time to pay a visit to the kids next door moon base.
Yes, Father.
Voice.
He is the voice.
But who is he?
No!
Oh, I forget his name, but he's in, like, everything.
I'm the Toilinator!
Night Brace without his face thing looks weird.
Your breath smells like an outhouse. Don't you ever brush?
On the bus, toilet breath! And you're sitting next to him!
Hey, number one, I've been working with the Fireflies that number 3 saved, and they gave me an idea for a pretty cool new weapon. All I need is a few more parts, and it'll be ready to go.
Oh, shit.
Good work, number 2. In the meantime, let's get this bunch of supervillains up to the moon base and be done with them.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Don't mess with Wallaby Beetles.
Okay, so we've got.
God, I
Grandma's
love the score.
Look at these skinny children. Let Grandma make you some cream of spinach soup.
The common cold.
You'll never get away with it. That's you. Away with this.
Count, thank you that.
I wasn't doing anything wrong. They're naughty children. They deserve to be spanked.
Sticky beard.
If there be a movie on this flight, ye best be serving some chewy pellets.
Night Brace and Toilinator.
Ow, stop it.
No, you stop it!
Stop touching me.
Knock it off!
I love
you
it.
two, Before I...
Attention passengers, this is your captain speaking. If you happen to look out your window, you'll be able to see the moon
Yeah, you know-
in all its glory.
As I'm looking at this, the faces, especially in motion, like you said it in the first episode, it looks great.
It looks really good.
Next door.
The delightful children.
Look at the way they animate that sprite.
It's really good.
Yeah, move it or lose
I always enjoyed how the voices for it's just bobbing up and like.
Look at that.
I always liked how the delightful children from down the lane, their voices were just Sector V's voices, but played in unison.
This bus, you gotta go through me.
Splendid. Shall we begin?
Let's make like granite and rock.
It's easiest to pick out number 2 and number 5's voice in there.
Absolutely. I never noticed that until now.
It's super neat. I didn't notice it for the longest time, but you can't unhear it.
Yeah.
It's us versus you, delightful dorks. Cool bus versus space station.
One on one, baby.
We're sorry.
It's this level again.
Doomed.
Yeah, but it's in space.
Little friends. As you can see, the odds are now clearly in our favor.
Never tell me the odds.
Next door operating instructions.
You get your Star Wars. Oh, and you can just barely see the KND moon base.
Oh yeah, look at that.
The thing I always loved about the moon base was the fact that it was just it was so big on the moon that you could never not see it in universe, right?
Yeah.
Like, you could never hide it. Get that 2x4 technology. Yeah, there we go. I was told that this game had a lot of Star Wars references, and apparently most of them are in this level, which makes sense. some of those. I need some of those. Space segment looks pretty good. I like the change in color.
Yeah.
I tend to prefer blues and purple tones rather than like brighter and warmer colors. So I enjoy this a little bit more. Also, I was trying to get away from playing Mass Effect. I was hoping that we could take a break, but here we are, back in that Reaper minigame. Man, if the Reaper minigame... Yeah. If the Reaper minigame in Mass Effect 3 played more like this, I would be happier with it. Instead of just, like, you float around and get chased, and then it ends, and nothing of consequence happens. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't do that, because it would have been a throwback to Jade Empire, and they love to reuse their mini games.
It's almost as if it wasn't really BioWare at the head of that game.
Yeah, almost.
BioWare made it, but they weren't in charge.
And now BioWare is no longer BioWare. Like, that's the
BioWare. Bio no longer.
BioWorms. BioWorms is pretty good. That's the thing about the Mass Effect, the fourth game and the Legendary Edition that's so interesting to me is, like, it's exciting and it's also worrying at the same time that it's not the same studio anymore. You know what I mean? Like, BioWare is no longer BioWare. Almost all of the core people are gone. To the point that when they were talking about doing the next Mass Effect, they were like, we brought in all of these people who were creatively that no longer work at BioWare, but worked on, like, Mass Effect 1 and 2. But then your question is like, well, okay, what actually happens here? Because that's an idea with a ton of potential. But how much of the talent that you're bringing in is the talent that you need to bring in? And how much does the work culture affect that, right? Okay, these reflect my shots back at me, which is good to know. And you can't go in between them like that. I'm super curious about what that fourth game is going to look like.
I wouldn't get my hopes up.
My hopes are already up, man.
Why? Why would you do that to yourself?
I'm cautiously optimistic. Mass Effect 1
You shouldn't even be cautiously optimistic.
Mass Effect 1 and 2 are some of my favorite games of all time. Enough to make me excited about a potential fourth. Mass Effect 2 is a good enough game that Mass Effect 3 and Andromeda did not kill all of my interest. Oh god, why did it give me a spread shot? This is a way worse gun. This is just a downgrade.
Maybe if you get closer when the big ones show up.
Maybe.
Maybe you can hit them with all three.
Might just be me, but it feels like this one is mixed a little bit louder than the neighborhood flyover sections were.
I had to turn the volume down a bit.
If that's the case for you, then I probably need to do it on the stream as well. So let me hit that.
Side note, I think the volume slider on Discord is like exponential. It's weird.
Yeah, I have tried I've tried enough times doing enough things to Discord that, like, literally changing anything anywhere just breaks the stream entirely, so I just... I got it to a point where Discord isn't, like, actively destroying the stream as it's happening, and I'm just not gonna touch it.
That's fair.
Because I don't trust Discord to not just ruin everything. I would like to be able to, but I
Which
don't.
is fair considering the track record.
And the amount of technical issues we've had trying to get these streams to happen have been... Not only have they been ridiculous, but the ridiculous part is that they've almost entirely been Discord's fault. Like, OBS has given me very little trouble, Dolphin has given me very little trouble, Origin has given me very little trouble. The only thing that's given me more trouble than Discord on a regular basis is Steam for shipping broken old games that they don't fix.
Mm-hmm.
Can't play Max Payne. You just can't. You have to fix it your damn self.
Sharp, number 2. There's no telling what those delightful dopes are up to.
Can't play Fallout 3, not that you would want to.
I think I did get Fallout 3 to work.
It took more effort than I was willing to put in.
Okay, how long is this going to set me back? Okay, we're right here. That's not too bad.
That's pretty good.
Arguably better situation than we were in when we started the section. Actually, not even arguably. That is just straight up better. Oh, I can't dodge through that. That's annoying. Should be a different color.
Could be better.
There needs to be like a there needs to be a unification here. If you're gonna do projectiles that you can dodge and projectiles that and like stage hazards that you can't dodge, you need to either make all
differentiate.
You need to differentiate the colors, because the problem with the level with the Common Cold was that both of his were green, but the other one was bigger, and both of these are red, but the other one is bigger. But what I feel like would solve that is if you just made all of the dodgeable or breakable projectiles green, and then made the big stage hazards red. That's what I would do. I'm not a game designer.
I am, and I agree with you. Although I suppose the only thing that sets us apart is ambition.
Oh yeah, that V.I.D.E.O.G.A.M.E game on Newgrounds. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
No.
Imagine Telltale before Telltale, but it's terrible. Look in V.I.D.E.O.G.A.M.E Ambition series. Anybody ever want to have a good time, go watch Slow Beef and Diabetes play through all of the Ambition series on old school like Retsu Prey. Those are good. I do not like them dropping behind me like that. Oh, goodness. Okay, that's a situation in which you just have to blow them up before the streams cross.
Yeah, like Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Bustin' does make me feel good.
Sleeping makes me feel good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So if you reflect your shots off the meteors, can you absorb them with the shield? Yes.
Interesting.
And it gives you meter.
That is interesting. Good catch. I would not have guessed
A little
that.
bit of free meter.
Don't touch that.
A little
It's
bit.
Button. You stay away from buttons.
Oh, good.
Don't you love Space Harrier?
Yeah, I do.
I do like me some Space Harrier, though.
You know what I do like? You know what I like more than Space Harrier?
What's that?
Being able to see what's happening on the screen clearly.
It's overrated.
This is a little visually messy, I'm gonna say that. I still don't hate it. It's not the worst I've ever played. Because I've played some shitty bullet hell games. And this isn't bullet hell, but it's like...
Bullet heck, maybe.
Bullet darn it. Oh, jeez. Can I just blow up, blow up, blow up, dude? Damn it. Come on. I don't like that. I don't like the eating damage on that. I'm a little curious as
And
to...
you can't block the laser with the shield?
You can't. You straight up can't. What I think it is you have to blow them up before they touch you with the stream, but how? Like, I'm pouring on damage. I'm just not hitting them.
I don't think they traverse the entire screen. So if you just move far enough away, they won't hit you.
Well, they don't. The single ones don't, but when they're together,
Yeah.
they cross over and they do. The single ones, it's like fighting that Reaper on Tuchanka, where you just, like, you do it fast enough and at a high enough clip, and you're good to go.
You watch out for the big laser. But
Yeah.
what if there was two of them?
What if there was two of them, and the answer is, well, then it becomes a DPS. Except, like, I can't blow them up quite fast enough. Yeah, that doesn't look doable. Unless there's like a 1 pixel wide difference there. Which is possible. Might just be like, get as close as you possibly can. Blow up. Come on, just blow up. Get out of my... I'm ready to move on to the next section. I'm gonna say that is a feeling that you never want your game player to have. I'm ready to move on.
Because that means you've overstayed your welcome.
Yeah. These missions do go on pretty long.
And the constant restarts don't help.
The constant restarts don't help, and the constant visual and audio, like, it's a lot. It's like sensory diarrhea. Yeah, I think you're supposed to get as close to the beams as possible, but depth perception is not super easy here.
This is another one of those give me the controller moments.
This is another one of those I can't wait to edit like 20 minutes out of the video moments.
Maybe if we talk about something interesting, you won't have to do that.
Maybe. What do you got?
You know what's pretty good? Time Splitters.
Time Splitters is pretty good. Time Splitters is better than what's happening on screen right now, I'll tell you that.
I don't want to play some Time Splitters.
I want to see what Harry Tipper is up to.
Hell yeah. We're gonna play some Time Splitters. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. They're all pretty easy to get up and running, for sure.
Did you know that Future Perfect actually has co-op support?
I didn't know that Future Perfect had co-op. I knew it had multiplayer. Time
It
Splitters...
totally has 2-player co-op in the story mode.
Interesting.
Because I'm pretty sure in every level you have some kind of companion.
Yeah, yeah.
In the mansion level, you have Joe Beth Casey. In the 70s level, you have Harry Tipper. And then in the Neo Tokyo level, you have the ninja lady whose name I forget. But there's always someone, I'm pretty sure.
Fuck me, dude. This is awful. I think I'm seeing that there's less laser coverage on the left side, but you have to eat one to get over to the left.
Could just stay on the left.
Yeah. While the visual and audible feast that's happening right now, I'll say, is not good. It is satisfying when the game can't handle itself. I like and appreciate a game that's just willing to just enemy after asset until it no longer runs. Like an EDF.
Mm-hmm. You get the frame rate drop, and that's how you know it's working. Wait a second.
Yeah.
If you put up the shield and then move through the laser, it breaks the shield, but do you take damage?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, you do. Alright. Listen. We're back. I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna do something here that might be controversial. I got these codes here. I'm gonna turn on invincibility. I'm not gonna turn on infinite power because that's a little boring to have both of them. Invincibility is boring enough. But, I mean, look. I have a life to live. Codename Kids Next Door Operation Video Game is not what I want to spend the next 3 hours of my life doing. I'm okay with just playing this little section and being able to pass through it because as we've established,
Kids Next Door
there are some problems. I can see you. I can't physically see you, but I can see you shaking your head. And that's okay. You shake your head all you like. See, here's the thing.
My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined.
I value your time almost as much as I value my own time. I value my own time pretty well. Okay, look at this. Now that you see what that other one looks like, look at how much faster at a clip this original gun fires in when it's not doing the spread shot. That is a way better gun. Like, it's not even a... This is not even a contest. Just give me some of this candy. Talking about Time Splitters, though, I really miss Time Splitters. Like, what is your favorite mission? Because for me, I feel like for you, when I think about what your favorite mission is, the Haunted Mansion one or Harry Tipper would probably come to mind for me, but I'm curious.
Those are both good answers.
Remember that part in the Haunted Mansion one where you get like locked in a cellar with the raw head or whatever and you have to fight it in super close encounter?
Yeah.
Awesome. What a great level that is.
We're gonna play some Time Splitters. We're gonna get there. It's gonna happen.
I remember the eugenics, the Eugenius eugenics level was really tough for me as a kid. And I'm curious to know how much of that game was actually difficult and how much it was just me being a child.
Well, I got through it pretty easily. I didn't run into too many difficult encounters. And that was in a shooter on a controller.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just good at video games.
Keep in mind, I don't know how young I was when I was playing that game. I was too young to understand what all of the buttons on the controller was.
You were probably the same age as I was.
Probably.
Give or take.
Very, very slightly the older of the two. Not
by a couple of months.
A lot of things can happen in a couple of months. Could shut
Not
down,
even a full year.
Shut down the entire production line on Anthem and just give up in a couple of months.
You could do that like the next day, even. Did
you hear, by the way, that God, I shouldn't have picked up that extra power. This is terrible. Did you hear that when they were talking about, yeah, we scrapped Anthem, and along with scrapping Anthem, we also scrapped all of the Anthem-inspired live multiplayer stuff that was gonna happen to the next Dragon Age, and I think everyone's reaction was, wait, why was that in Dragon Age? What game did you think you guys were making? And then that makes me think, oh no. There's no way that Mass Effect 4 comes out and it doesn't have multiplayer again. You know what?
Man.
Multiplayer is fine. In Mass Effect, that multiplayer mode is good. Here's my stipulation on that.
Is at what price?
Is don't sacrifice main story content for reused content. Like, make the story first, and then when you're done, make the multiplayer. And
reuse
also,
the story for the multiplayer instead of the other way around.
Yes, and also let me put away my gun, please. Please let me just put away my gun.
And it has good writing.
You know what? I'll accept bad... Oh my god. Okay. So, now that we are invincible and I can see it happening, you absolutely do take damage if those things drop in behind you and you contact them. I'll accept bad writing as long as it's entertaining. But please have good writing. I would appreciate good writing.
I will accept bad writing if it's entertaining, but Mass Effect should have good writing.
It should. Really should. Also,
please have good writing.
Just make the good parts of the game in the game and not lock it out in DLC,
sharp,
please.
There's no telling what those delightful dopes are up to.
Also, whatever you do, don't give any project to anyone that worked on Andromeda at all.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that entire studio has been shuttered, but like, let Sleeping Pyjax lie. That's what I'm saying here. Sorry, let Sleeping Baron lie. Pyjaks are monkeys.
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't track.
Let Sleeping Batarian Warhounds lie. Also just
Sleeping Batarians lie.
There are no more Sleeping Batarians, not after Arrival.
Or there are more than there ever were. Depending on how you look at it.
They were all kept in cryogenic stasis the entire time.
They're sleeping with the space fishes.
Space fishes. We don't have a fish. The closest thing we have, I guess, is the Hanar. But we don't have like a straight up fishy kind of underwater race in
I mean, the Drell kind of are.
The Drell
are more
are,
like frogs.
Yeah, they're like lizards. They're like lizards and frogs. They're amphibians. And
yeah.
A little bit of reptile.
but not like straight up aquatic.
No. Like I said, the Hanar are the closest thing because they're a lot faster in the water than they are on land. And they swim, and they're jellyfish. They are, like, explicitly space jellyfish.
Big, stupid space jellyfish.
But I would like to see... Oh, you know what? There totally is a water, like a fish race, kind of.
Yeah?
Yeah. Keep that in the back of your mind. I totally forgot. Oh, man. It's really satisfying to just blow these things away now. Is that it? That's literally the end of the section, isn't it? Oh, fuck me, dude.
No, you got meteors.
This is also really satisfying. I can't lie. I
bet you don't even have your hands on the controller.
My hands are on the controller.
My hands wouldn't be on the controller.
I've got one hand on the controller and the other handle on the trigger of this gun.
This gun controller.
Yeah, it's the Super Scope for the NES.
Blinking!
We should bring back the Super Scope.
You stay away from buttons.
Wait. No, you haven't gotten... You've seen this. You got past that section.
Okay, this might be the section I was thinking about then. Here's the other thing that I was thinking is... I've been considering this for a while, but on the Virtual Console, they don't have, like, Duck Hunt and stuff, but you totally could just put the Super Scope games as ports on the Switch because of the IR sensors and the Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
Like...
But you know what they do have on the Virtual Console?
What?
Fucking wild guns.
They do have wild guns. A lot of people are disappointed by the Virtual Console, and I am too for some reason, or for some reasons rather, not for some reason. But I do kind of like it, actually. What is there is good. It's just such a random choice to put half of the things they have on there. I wonder if it's like curated or if it's literally, okay, we need to have Link to the Past and Super Metroid and Punch-Out, but aside from those two, or those like handful, what's the easiest thing to port that won't break? What do we not have to pay somebody to come in and re-kajigger? Because that's the way that backwards compatibility and emulation worked on the Xbox consoles, was they're like, okay, what is the easiest no-work possible thing to port over? Emulation for those games will work, but if it's like any work at all, we won't bring it over. So that's why you got stuff like Predator Concrete Jungle and Barbie's Horse Adventure literally working on the newer consoles. Look, even number 5 is bored. This level's gone on too long.
Yeah. I happen to be of the opinion that all consoles should have backwards compatibility for all prior consoles for all games.
I agree. 100%.
If I buy a fucking PS5, I should not have to own a PS1 anymore.
A PlayStation 5 should literally be a PlayStation 4, like, in regards to what it can handle, it should be those previous consoles duct taped together within, like, the SSD or whatever. It should be able to handle everything.
A PlayStation 5 should be 5 PlayStations.
If you're gonna have the audacity to put out a console called the PlayStation 5 that can't play PlayStation 3 games, what are you doing?
And this is why standardized architecture is a good thing.
This is one of the reasons why I'm okay with taking that break from Metal Gear for so long, because the easiest way for me to currently play all of the Metal Gear games is a PlayStation 3 with a disc through a HDMI splitter that gets rid of HDCP protection, instead of just like, what if I downloaded it on my PlayStation 5? What if PlayStation 5 just had a ROM, like an emulator that ran PS2 discs? What about that? No? Is that too much processing power?
Not enough room on the disc.
Speaking of not enough room on the disc, the PlayStation 5 has, currently its base model has a 500 gigabyte storage, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Activision that put out a statement that was like, hey, if you want to get Call of Duty plus Call of Duty Warzone this year, it will not fit on your PlayStation 5.
It's a trap!
What? What are you talking about, number 3?
These two games...
It's too tight! I feel trapped! Hello? I'm trying to fly here!
Those two games alone are over, like, 600 gigabytes.
Why? I know we talked about this, but why?
You gotta have those big textures that look good in screenshots.
Compress your fucking assets, please!
Your cool bus seems so puny from up here in our massive space station.
Hell yeah.
Puny, smoony, delightful dopes, prepare to be blastified.
Oh, we're prepared, all right. Prepare to destroy the kids next door!
Fucking Vermintide 2 is 100 gigs. Should not be.
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't be 100 gigs and run like it does.
It runs better than it used to, and I don't know if that's because they patched it or because of my upgraded system specs and both.
Probably a bit of
Why
both.
is it 100 gigs?
Because Games Workshop is probably not, like... They're probably... That's not all they do, right? It's
no, but that
basically-
game wasn't developed by Games Workshop. It's licensed.
Oh. Who made it?
Fat Shark.
I don't know who they are. But...
It's all they've done is Vermintide.
Oh, well then there's your
Vermintide
answer.
1 and 2.
There's your answer, is because they don't know what... They're not, like, focused on polish. They're like a B, C tier developer. They're not first party.
Right.
But Activision
Please!
is!
Compress your assets! For the love of God!
No problem. Actually, I think the gamma ray is our only hope.
I like
I
that
think you
their...
should be shooting.
I like that their space station is their, yeah, you're right. I like that their space station is their house.
Poor kids next door.
Oh, this is good. I like this. Are we gonna... Oh, okay. Good. Okay. All right. I'm sitting here like, wait, what am I waiting for? Oh, right.
What do you think this is?
I was like, when is this pattern gonna end? And the game is like, what pattern? You know, that's one of the things that I always come back to is, like, I really, really appreciate Breath of the Wild for being, like, what, 12 gigs or something? Like, with all of its DLC, it's like 12 gigs. Because there's, like, almost no texture in that game. It's pretty much all just shader.
Shader and solid colors. And it looks great!
It looks wonderful. Art direction is so much more important to your game than fidelity. Fidelity does not hold up over the long term. Take a look at this game versus whatever Call of Duty came out at the same time that this game came out. I'm gonna guarantee
Or like fucking Medal of Honor.
Yeah. I'm gonna guarantee you that this game, this licensed Cartoon Network video game from Cartoon Network Interactive, is gonna look better than, over time, than whatever the Call of Duty of 2005 was. And then you think about like the crunch and the hell that happens with big budget games, and it's like, dude, it's not worth it for games to come out and then not hold up over time. Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 1 look way better than Mass Effect 3, despite Mass Effect 3 having larger textures, because it looks bad. The art direction in 3 looks terrible. Colors are often very washed out. Everything looks dirty. Faces look bad. Listening to these voices at like 75% speed it's making me, it makes me feel like I'm playing Resident Evil 6 again, and I'm having cerebral difficulties.
It's like you're watching Sometimes Pizza in real time.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class. Got so busy, forgot all about it. If I flip these pizzas, Mr. Aziz will flip out. My one major complaint with this game, I can take like almost everything else, but my one complaint with this game so far that I would call actually needing to be fixed is levels are way too long. Like, this is us without being able to be hurt, right?
Yeah.
This is literally as fast as you can go through it without, like, having to keep reloading because of death. And what's worse is that you get a time count for the end of levels, so when you do play as number 3, and you do like the hamster mission, and it's like, oh, that was 48 minutes? Cool.
Gotta pad out the length of that licensed game.
You know, I would say the ironic thing about it is, I don't think you do. I think if the levels were like way shorter and just if the levels were way shorter and way tighter, I would be way more willing to go back and replay the game like time and time and time again, right?
Just the same thing, but less.
Like, does this need to still be occurring? I think I get the point. Eat laser, delightful dorks. Oh my god, look at that! That would have been the perfect opportunity to end this level. But it's funny because my opinion overall on this game is still pretty positive. Like, it's super charming. I really like everything going on with the art and the presentation. And they did put a lot of effort into it, but you can tell that it was padded out for length. It's like you were saying before, it's a really... I think this is a pretty good game, but I think it overstays its welcome a little bit. And because it overstays its welcome, the problems that it does have, and like the lapses in good game design, feel way worse than they actually are because you are exposed to them for so much longer. Also, this audio is like completely... I'm sure this is horrible. I would like to apologize on behalf of Cartoon Network Interactive circa 2005.
Starting to irritate us. Now
There we go.
Too easy.
Yeah, that was too easy. That shit was that was
Excellent work,
nothing.
team. You sure showed the delightful children a thing or two about space combat number 2.
Ah, hey, I couldn't have done it without my trusty cool bus. Those last-minute upgrades really made a difference.
Now, let's haul those cruddy delightful dopes to the moon with the rest of them and get it over with.
Uh-oh. Now what did I say? I told you it was too easy.
Is it gonna transform?
Was it? I mean, cheat codes notwithstanding.
That felt a lot longer than 20 minutes.
My question for you is, when you do the cool bus missions, why does it show number 1's portrait at the end? It should be number 2, shouldn't it?
Well, now,
Yeah,
my
it should be.
delightful children, I believe it's time to reveal the reason
Number 1 is in
for
command
our
of the operation.
reunion.
Yes, Father. Those stupid kids next door had no idea you wanted them to bring the village to the moon all along.
Oh no.
You think you've beaten us, kids next door? But you have
Oh,
only
look at
played
that.
right
I love the
into our
squishing and
brilliant
squashing of the
evil
portrait. It's so good.
deadly plan. Now, witness the fearsome destructive power of our mobile mega mansion.
Ooh, look at this. That cost a little bit of money.
I don't know
Yeah?
how much more of this she can take, number 1. Guess that was it.
Quick, to the dropper pods.
Oh, I love these things.
The villains are
They're your
ours,
ODST
Father,
pods.
but the kids next door have escaped.
Never mind.
Also,
the
welcome
kids
to the
next
chat, Mix.
door.
This game is
Activate
awesome.
the amalgamator. Now!
I want to say...
Hey guys!
Hold on, I need to check this.
Oh no, you go ahead.
I don't want to miss
Anyone
this.
have any space sickness medicine?
No, we've got all of this stuff with the Rogues Gallery. We need to find out how this ends.
Toilinator. What's he doing there? He'll ruin everything.
Oh, it looks terrible!
Yeah, the moon base looks kinda not good.
Like, what can you do because it's all curved? But that's the worst asset I've seen.
Make it glowy. That's what you do.
Holy shit!
Oh, look at that.
Are you kidding me?
There's your final boss.
Activate the super secret defensinization mode! Yay! Super defensinization mode!
What is this going to be?
Defense system? What's it do?
Stand back! All activated!
Number 4! Oh my god. That's brilliant.
Maurice LaMarche. I knew it.
He hit the
Ah,
start
okay,
button.
yeah.
The whole treehouse should have blown up. Ah, you switched the labels. Pretty sneaky, number 5.
Kids next door.
I fucking love this. This is so good. Oh yeah, alright.
Hell yeah.
How is this gonna play?
Trahemoth.
Trahemoth!
Really enormous emergency humongo droid entirely made as a treehouse headquarters.
This is incredible.
While you may have beaten these villains once already, we've now joined them into one gigantic super mega villain.
Gihugic.
Store, meet the
Over
amalgamation.
11 billion.
Well, as you can see, delightful dopes, we have an amalgam of whatchamacallit of our own.
It reminds me of there's this really good gag from old Cartoon Network days where Space Ghost Birdman is sitting at his console and he's like, "Yes, I have taught my pet bird Avenger how to get me a coffee." And he's like, "Birdman, wait, why is the button for get coffee right next to the button for unleash UMD?" And he's like, "Don't worry, he knows exactly how to use the console. Bird, get Birdman a cup of coffee." And it's just like desperately clawing at the keyboard, almost launching a nuke, and he's just doing it like for 5 minutes straight.
Smash something. Maybe this button.
What do we got?
Even think about it. How
Haven't you learned your lesson yet, number 4? Besides,
Is this gonna play like a fighting game?
I wonder.
Right. Number 86?
Oh, for crying out loud! Number 1, you're supposed to be the leader of Sector 5. Did it ever occur to you to read the instruction manual? Now, stop wasting time and get
I actually did read the instruction manual.
Ah, here it is.
What is this going to be?
Next door operating instructions.
Okay, we got some stuff here. You got a fire weapon, punch and kick, jump, double jump, glide, fire missiles, and power punch. Oh my god.
Without further delay, it's time we watched our catastrophically destructive amalgamation destroy the kids no more.
This is really good.
Sorry, delightful.
Look how blocky the earth is.
Came all the way to the moon just to get your butt.
Don't worry about it.
Kids next door.
That's just what it looks like in 2D. Oh, this is good. This is the main theme for the game.
Yeah.
You know what this reminds me of more than anything?
What?
This reminds me of the last couple of missions in Destroy All Humans 2. Because the very end of that game takes place on the moon. I guess spoilers.
I love how it only has the one rocket booster, because it's got the one leg that's the rocket. And the other one is a building.
Well, yeah, of course. This is neat.
This is a good main theme, I'm not gonna lie.
This shouldn't be as neat as it is, but it's really neat. Oh! Okay, that goes through projectiles.
I mean, you're still using cheat codes, don't forget.
Oh, I know. Well, you think I'm not gonna use cheat codes after what we went through?
Even for the final boss?
Yes! You see how... Okay, look. With concentrated firepower, you see how large that that final boss thing is? That health bar? Do you want to be here for 4 hours?
Maybe you just need to get better at video games.
It's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen.
You have any idea how long I've been playing video games and I'm still bad at them?
This main theme kicks ass, though.
It really does. You need to get over here. You need to get over here, Amalgam. I'm trying to punch and kick him because it would be cool, but he just keeps running away. Yeah. Well, looks like ranged
Maybe
combat
you need
might
to
be-
knock him down first.
Maybe you need to knock him down. Maybe you need to get him into like another phase of the fight.
Maybe you need to use your super button.
There's a
Yeah,
missile
look at
tracking.
that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I wonder what the damage is of actually, like, being caught by those tiny projectiles. Because obviously, for us, it's nothing. But you would think that they would be a really small threat, considering the Trahemoth.
Kick the snot out of him. Drill this sucker. Oh, I am on a roll.
In space, no one can hear me not laughing at that.
Okay. They did one not Star Wars joke, which is progress. Oh, there we go.
Give him a whoop and a thwack. And hurry up, because I'm going to use the bathroom again.
Of course, number 4 is happy when you start beating him up. Makes me think this is like a Voltron operation.
I like that the lighthouse on the back points you in the direction of the boss.
It's cool. Like, it again, stuff like that tells you that somebody cared.
Design happened, and it's well considered for the most part.
Whoever was paying them to do that didn't care as much as they cared. I like how Grandma Stuff'em's head is still Grandma Stuff'em's head, despite being as incredibly large as it is.
Last shot was
Yeah.
our last shot. We're out of torpedoes.
Oh, we gotta do it the old-fashioned way.
Got the kicking.
Oh, and I'll bring the party favors.
We need party favors, right? Speaking of favors, Cookie, do you mind sticking to business?
Oh, right. Let's not be nice to that mean old monster.
Good enough.
Alright, use melee! This is what I want. This is how every game should end. Codename Kids Next Door Operation Video Game, a V.I.D.E.O.G.A.M.E game.
You still have your missiles?
No, we're out of torpedoes.
No, I mean like your super button. What does that do now?
Nothing. We just have melee, which is as it should be.
You have the super dash.
Yeah. But you just have melee, which is as
The
it should be.
purest form of combat.
You have to try to remember the basics of Giant Robot. Get back over here! I like this, by the way, the little pile driver.
Hell yeah.
Not a pile driver. What would you call that?
A haymaker?
No, a haymaker is just a really fucking big punch. Haymaker is like a Superman punch. My cat also really wants to leave the room, but unfortunately they decided to make this section take 40 minutes. What's that on the ground there? See that?
I wanted to ask you that. I don't know what that is.
That's not the cool bus, is it?
That is the cool bus.
That's the cool bus. We're just really big.
What a neat little detail.
And it slides, it's got physics.
Yeah. Dude, you're like kaiju-sized right now.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
What you can't see is that we're actually fighting right next to the Elusive Man's base. He's overseeing all
there's
of
the
this.
star right there.
He's just like chain smoking like 40 feet to the left. Looking at his various schematics.
Yeah. Trying to figure out how to control the Reapers.
Trying to figure out how to make the next stupid mistake that undermines his whole character.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry though, he's got the schematics to prove it.
Why combine 6 bad guys whose butts we already kicked? Don't they know we're just gonna kick 6 times the butt this time around?
I appreciate that. Ooh, also I appreciate this. Every time
You
a game...
appreciate being a ballerina?
Every time that a game allows me to do this, yes. You get to pirouette a little bit.
It's pretty good. Because it's a good one, too.
Absolutely. Zen's here! Get back over here!
Should be end here.
Mission complete. Only took 7 minutes.
That's not so bad.
No, not bad at all. In fact, as soon as this thing starts playing, I can finally let my cat leave. Be right back.
No! My brilliant plan! Ruined again by those blasted kids next door!
Did I miss it? Did they explain the lolly lule lo yet?
Yeah, you totally missed it.
Damn it. We did it.
I say again, the one thing this game really needed was shaders.
Yeah, totally. The flat lighting doesn't do it a whole lot of, oh my god, this is also, yeah. Who doesn't get the medal? If this is Star Wars, one of them doesn't get a medal. I guess 86. I guess 86 is Chewbacca.
Yay!
How about you show me your special move to sneak through the boogified treehouse in level 3, and I'll teach you how to outfly Sticky Beard's fructose frigates in level 8.
You're on, baby. Start it up.
Oh, for the last time! Sneaking is not a special move!
Will you two knock it off
I
already?
love that the controllers
Training
are
is
literally
important.
just blocks
A
of
good Kids
wood.
Next Door operative is always
Yeah.
alert and ready for anything.
That face!
Those eyes.
Codename Kids Next Door. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And here's your credit sequence.
Totally. It's a Smash Brothers.
Hell yeah, that's pretty good.
I can't believe that this is... I can't believe this is in this game, dude. I want to see how many of these names that I actually recognize. The Mr. Warburton is definitely one of them. Like, where's the production credits end for this? You know, and where does the game credits begin? Are we gonna get a credit here somewhere for Man of Action? I wonder. Oh, I need these rainbow monkeys.
There's probably one last batch of secrets to get.
Oh yeah. This game is absolutely filled with secrets, and I'm really happy about it. I didn't mention this before, but part of the reason that I don't mind using cheat codes is because cheat codes have gone away.
Yeah?
And I really appreciate games that do just have like straight up cheat codes in them. Because A, I'm bad at games. As we've established, I'm not like a video game guy. B, it's just a bygone thing. I appreciate like big head mode and, you know, Donut Drake or whatever in the Uncharted games. Big head mode needs to come back.
Big head mode does need to come back.
That's the kind of stuff that I miss from games. Like, the Saints Row had some of that, but a lot of it was also DLC that you had to pay for.
I remember, like, Saints Row and the GTA games had some of the best cheats, because they were like, here, fuck with the world population.
You want a flying car? Here you go. You want to spawn a tank? Alright.
Or like, do you want to make everybody violent? Here you go.
Oh man.
Do you want to make all drivers homicidal?
I have a copy of Just Cause 2 that is absolutely loaded up with that in mod form, and that's just waiting for a day. I modded it a little too hard and it broke, which is why we didn't stream it earlier, but it's coming. Alright, so that's the main game. Obviously, we still have a lot of time, so we're gonna go ahead and go into the top secret menu and check out some stuff that we have. So possession mode is really rad. Just straight up be whatever enemy you want to be. You've got your invisibility, your invincibility, your infinite power, as you might expect. The everybody except for number 4 gets a vampire version, which is interesting. Like, obviously, that's just because giving one to him would have been extra work, and they just had these models, right?
And they had the designs.
So yeah, let's go ahead and try this first one out, which is just the possession mode. And fuck it, infinite power while we're at it.
You know what? You should save that stuff for the end so we don't have to load into a level.
What do you mean?
I mean, let's look at like the visual secrets first.
Okay.
The extras.
Well, the thing is, there's a lot of extras. There's a lot of loading into different levels as different people. Like, there's a lot of stuff here. You see all this? Tons and tons of different stuff. Yeah, you've unlocked all the movies, which is cool. You get to see them again. I appreciate that. Here's one thing that's really interesting. The Codename Kids Next Door trading card game. This game came with trading cards in it. This trading card game never went anywhere. But I find stuff like this neat. I find this kind of stuff interesting. Yeah, literally I remember the retail package of this came with like shrink wrapped cards or whatever as part of it. And I don't know anybody who has any of these cards.
I have never seen one before.
And it's like, it's a game. It's not just, you know, it's not just the art and like baseball cards or whatever. It is a TCG, which is interesting. I wonder if that website is still active. There's no way knd.tcg or whatever is still active, right?
Absolutely no way.
You get to look at some if you want them. I mean, this one I recognize as a shot from the show, so this is also not... This is not, like, original art. This is just screen grabs, which... Yeah, well enough. Oh, God, how many of these are... Number 6! The new number 4. They just replaced him with a hamster. That was a good episode.
That was a pretty good episode.
Count Spankulot again? You get 2? Count Spankulot.
Well, that's the character card, and the other one is an action card.
The Spank Attack. Candy Pirates. Candy, candy, take the candy. It's my favorite song. I think Trent Reznor worked on that one.
It's a good shanty.
The stickiest pirate ever to sail the suburbs is really good.
Because you think about sailing the suburbs and what that entails, as we've seen.
Action Girl number 3. I tell you, you get some of these cards together, you could sell them for a decent amount of money.
Bullshit.
Somebody's willing to pay for it. Someone.
I mean, maybe you.
I don't know that I would pay for it. I might pay for it. It depends. I actually have.
You would.
I'm sorry that I do not have a webcam set up right now. I might add this on actually as an extra thing on YouTube, but I totally do have a stack of like arcade stickers here that you put in those coin drop machines or whatever, the coin pushers. I have a full stack of never unpeeled Codename Kids Next Door stickers because I was like, wait, what? Who was making Codename Kids Next Door stickers in the year 2019? I have them, so I might keep that. I might keep that as a thing for the end.
Is that original to this game?
The amalgamation? It has to be. Also, game design wizards? Are we saying this is actually Wizards of the Coast that worked on this? That's crazy if that's the case.
That is crazy because it doesn't seem all that in-depth considering.
Now we got some proper concept art. It's pretty.
This is what I was waiting for.
Yeah, you got a couple of different versions of Grandma Stuff'em's robot here. Like one of them is like a pill bug in the middle or something there. Just a big old action shot from number 5. Yeah, this is the I guess just the diagram of how this room would turn out. I just love seeing it. Totally. Big old strobe light in there. I love seeing stuff like this. So I love seeing the art that we never got to see in the show. You spend so long watching those cartoons, and then occasionally, Warburton will like post something on a Tumblr page, and you'll be like, "Oh my god, it's crazy." Get some vampire designs. I want to say that I followed one of the main dudes who worked on Ed, Edd n Eddy, and he often posts like big murals of Ed, Edd n Eddy that are just like hanging out in Brazil or something.
That's pretty great.
It's really, really good. This is interesting to me also because we talked about it before, and like this is the sketched version of that that piece of art at the top of the show, or the top of that level when you first loaded in, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I thought that one was like good enough that you could use it as a background. I think you could probably still use this one as a background. Or hold on, I'm gonna get us some music here so that we're not just like in total silence. All right, what else we got? Okay, yeah, you got that character, the two characters from the show or whatever. Neat. Ooh, okay. More shots of the ship.
Pretty good.
I like that the crow's nest is detachable and is just like it's a drone. It's a big drone with a cannon.
It's a drone minus the unmanned part.
And this is a really good action shot.
It's a pretty good piece.
Man, no wonder they had fun working on no wonder they had fun working on this when their concept art is just like cells that would have been used in the show. Yeah, there's that other shot of number 3. It's a good one.
You can tell that, like, despite it being what it is and all the flaws that it had a lot of love put into it.
Absolutely. And, you know, I said it before, but I really think that is something that you get a lot from in licensed games of this era, at least, is some of these games have a lot of stuff put in there just for fans to be like, oh, that's super cool. All right, the tree hemoth. Yeah,
that is like almost a Megas pose.
Yeah, you've got some of that going on there. The leg being the building in particular makes it look that way for me.
Absolutely.
It's a shame we never got like a proper Megas game.
I know. That'll never not bum me out.
It would be like a perfect property for it too.
And like, there was supposed to be like a Valve Megas game right at the end of the era of Valve being good. And then it just vanished into thin air, as so many things to do with Valve do.
Which, by the way...
And then everything else happened.
Artifact, also, shortly following... shortly following the reveal that Anthem, they just gave up on Anthem, they also just gave up on Artifact like the exact same week, which is kind of hilarious in some way. You remember seeing... Okay. You remember the live reaction, right? Of, oh god, that kid's like Invader Zim.
Absolutely.
But you remember the... You go back and you watch trailers for MGS2, and you go back and you watch trailers for Twilight Princess, and they put them up on the big screen, and everybody's like shouting their heads off, and everybody's super cool about it, and having a great time. And then you watch that initial live reaction for Anthem, or sorry, not Anthem, for Artifact, and they're like, the newest game from Valve, and the screen goes black, and then it pops up with Anthem, and you hear the crowd go, yeah, oh!
That remains one of my favorite moments in Valve history.
Totally. Oh, this didn't happen in the game. This would have been really cool.
Yeah. It's just the people fucking booing. Like, actively. It's the best.
Yeah, well, I mean, they should have made games that people wanted them to make.
Yeah.
They should
now,
have...
what's this about this super deformed? Oh, we don't have it.
We don't have it for number 1, but we do have it for number 4. We'll check that one out in a second here. We got a couple that we can check out all at the same time for number 1. So we're going to check out Vampire and Possession Mode together.
Sensible combination.
Yeah. Vampires possess people. We're not quite enthralling anybody, but I mean, you could say that about the channel in general, right?
You could say that about Artifact.
Could say that about Artifact.
Could say that about Anthem.
Spank Happy was...
You don't play as number 1 in that one, though.
Oh, god damn it. I thought it was the second one because, like, Count Spankulot is in, like, 4 fucking missions in this game, or whatever.
But you don't play as number 1 in any of them.
I thought you did the first time when you were going through the... the neighborhood, right? At night?
Was it?
Yeah. You were number 1 in the very first one, and then that level gets repurposed for number 3. But I'm curious to see what a lot of this stuff looks like, because I have no idea.
Number 2's new watchbots are tough, but nothing I can't handle. But my teammates are another story.
Let me see here. Did you happen to read the instructions, Bix, when they were on screen? Because I didn't.
Y button.
I mean, the Y button is an attack, so I feel like it's Y and something else.
I'm pretty sure...
I know something that'll help me like...
Oh, we'll go ahead and try
Pretty sure it was just the Y button.
I mean, I was mashing the Y button there, and it was an attack. So we'll go ahead and try that again.
Maybe you can't have them both on at the same time?
Maybe? Well, we'll take another look. Possess an enemy, lock on, and press Z.
Oh, Z.
Okay.
In my defense, I'm viewing this in like 240p. I can barely read that shit.
Hey, you know what? That sounds like a problem you can blame on Discord.
We can add it to the pile.
Add it to the pile.
Donutty is a number 1 mission.
Yeah, Spankerific was the one I was thinking of, because you get loaded in, like, right next to a bunch of enemies in this one.
Yeah, you're right.
Also, we're loading it as a vampire, so it makes sense to do it at night. Vampire. Yeah, there you go. He's got the little twinges on the back, his coattails.
Hands up, Spankensteins. There'll be no more bottoms busted while I'm in the neighborhood.
Oh, nope, we gotta watch cutscene. Thank you. Oh, okay. Literally just pop right into it. But yeah, I mean, man, talk about things they did not have to do. Oh, that's interesting. You cannot move while locked onto something. Like, you can't strafe. And then I stop locking on, and we're right back into it. I'd play this. This is a good enough game on its own. High five, man. Do I have a super attack? No, it appears I do not have a super attack. Well, that's interesting. I like that as just a little weird experimental concept. Just being able to immediately zoom into someone else's body like that. It's a shame that there's not any like sound effect or anything like that. That would be what I would hope for.
That would be work.
That would be a little bit of work. Let's see. We got possession mode. We'll keep possession mode on just in case. Let's turn this one off. And number 1, play is number 86. We could probably skip that. I feel like you get the idea.
Yeah.
Can transform the cool bus into the eliminator. And the scamper. Oh, you like the scamper, so we'll do the scamper instead.
I do like the scamper.
All right, let's give this one a shot. Scamper is a super cool design. And yeah, fuck it. The first one, it's not.
Do the credits or not.
I would have done the credits, except by the time you said that, I had already pressed the button.
How could you do this?
Face it, Booger.
Face it, Booger.
You can run common cold, but
Yeah,
sooner or
Scamper's
later,
alright.
those that runs gets wiped.
Kids Next Door mission update.
I'm gonna say, yeah, you don't gain anything like new, but it is at least a separate model. Yeah. The fact that you can do it at all is neat.
And it's something they would sell to you as DLC now.
Why don't
Yes.
you boogers pick on someone your own size?
Here's the thing, right? Here's another thought that I had about this.
Oh, come on, that's a good one.
Yeah.
As pathetic as it is to say, as a kid, this would have been replay value. Literally, like, you don't even have to change anything. Just give me another skin for the gunship. I would have played this level a second time.
Totally.
I mean, you know, people now will talk about it like, oh, how could your standards be so low? And it's like, no, you don't understand. Video games have come a very long way in a very small amount of time. That would have been enough for me. I would have been excited about that. All right, so what does the eliminator look like? This one's tall even. Oh, I need to load it in. It's a super powerful plane is the thing. Moon Trip. Try this one. Because I didn't want to load us in with the one where we were fighting a giant kaiju bot.
It's us.
Oh God, we are tall. I wanted they used this thing pretty sparingly in the show.
Yeah. I only barely remember it.
Totally. Like, it's there, but the cool bus, the one with the big like claw on the front of it, I remember, and I remember the scamper. I barely remembered this like airliner thing.
I wonder if the hitbox on it is smaller.
I mean, no, probably not, right?
No.
Probably not. But it's neat.
It's neat.
The design of this thing is kind of hilarious, as just like a ship that's been bisected and then resected together. I think that shit's hilarious because you know me, and I look at designs that are like incredibly impractical, and I'm like, I love this. I love that somebody thought of this. You took a perfectly functional thing and you made it worse for no reason. I think that's awesome.
Except when they do it to Mass Effect games, then it's less awesome.
Yes. Then it's disappointing. I'm gonna say maybe don't do that as a culmination of 90 hours plus of gameplay, or like the third movie in a trilogy, or both if you're Mass Effect. Maybe don't pull a Rise of Skywalker.
Just don't make Star Wars.
Make Star Wars better.
Or just don't make it.
Yeah, you could do that too. There's been enough good Star Wars that I'm willing to say make Star Wars, but make it good. The Mandalorian's
just gonna say don't
good.
make it.
Well, if you said don't make it, then you wouldn't get like the Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars series, which is incredible.
I'll live.
You wouldn't get Mandalorian, which is unfortunate too. Mandalorian's genuinely pretty good. Let's check out this this vampire skin. I love that there's just so much stuff added in here. And you know that it's like, it's literally what could we add in? What would be easy for us to add in, and let's just go ahead and do it? But the fact that they cared enough to be like, okay, no, let's actually put in everything we could possibly put in, right?
So much fun. They're so furry and they scary.
Somebody cared.
They hide and go peek. That's why it's fun to play hamster go seek.
I appreciate any game that looks like somebody cared.
Mm-hmm.
Even
because
if it's
they're
bad.
in short supply.
Yes. That's the distinction that I think I would make. is we talk a lot about how I like things that are bad, and a lot of it is ironic and a lot of it is not ironic at all. And I think what it comes down to is, A, did someone care? B, can I tell that someone cared? C, is it charming? Is there charm at all?
Playable. Does it run?
Is there any level of charm at all? Because if it's the most, like, AAA, super sanitized, brilliant, out the door, always works perfectly, but it's just boring and grayscale, like, that to me is a failure of a game, because if a game is a toy, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to play with a boring toy. I can't think of anything that is more boring as a toy than the same toy over and over and over and over and over again every year for $60 a pop each time.
And it used to be like, oh, those Call of Duty games, they sure are boring and the same every time, but at least they work.
At least I can fit other games on my console. Let's see, we did number 4.
Not even that anymore.
You can't. Like, the bar of quality is so low.
And it's only getting lower all the time.
Oh, this one's number 5. Couldn't tell. Boogification.
Don't look that.
Kids next door.
All right, we gotta try the next one for number 4. The downside of all the reused content. Sometimes it's difficult to tell some of these levels apart from each other. When all you've got is a hammer. Rather, when all you've got is when there are no characters on the screen, it can be a little difficult.
Overflow is number 4.
I was like, where's the number 4 level though? Oh, it was a Count Spankulot one. I was looking for like another treehouse level, but I couldn't find it.
Okay, this I have to see.
What does Super Deformed number 4 look like? He's cell shaded.
The whole game should have looked like this.
Not like Toilinator. Toilinator might be the worst model in the game just because of the eyes.
Toilinator and not the treehouse?
Yep, this looks good. The mouth looks terrible.
No, it's great. Shut up.
You know what this looks like? This
What?
looks like Tech Decks. The mouth makes it look like Tech Decks.
Yeah, you're super right.
But look how good this shader looks on number 4. Honestly,
They should have just made the whole game look like this.
honestly, you could even keep the levels as they are and just cell shade the character models, and it's fine. Because it makes them
It would
pop.
look of the era.
It makes it pop.
I wonder why they didn't do it like that.
I don't know. Maybe they tried and they ran into like engine limitations or something. It must have
I
been.
know there are games on the GameCube that look like that.
It must have been like a technical issue or something, right? Because the fact that they're in there, the fact that the models are in there and you can unlock them and they're ready to go, and the fact that the rest of the game has flat shading and looks really weird, makes me think that it was totally intended to be cell shaded, and for some reason they couldn't do it, and then they didn't have time to like redesign from scratch, you know? That's what that says to me. And yeah, you've got all of the upgrades that you could just unlock at the very beginning of the level instead of having to earn them through collectathons. This is the thing that I wanted to see here, which is you can play as all of the bosses, and that seems like this seems like the kind of thing that would have taken a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not like a lot of time, but time enough. Varies based on enemy. Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah, your C stick will change your lock on. yeah, and you can play as all these little ones. Can't find a better man. The lunch lady. Well, that's not what we're here for. We're here for the chunk wagon. The chunk wagon. You know what this reminds me of more than anything?
What?
This reminds me of the fact that in Dark Souls, you can like load in any boss and play as them.
And their
like,
movesets are all mapped.
Yeah, maps to the controller, totally fine. I find
That's awesome.
Yeah, that kind of thing is super, super interesting. This is cool.
Yeah.
Also, Grandma Stuff'em is way huger. Way more Gi-Hugic in this armor than she is in the show. Holy shit.
It depends on the shot.
Depends on the shot. What else we got?
Because sometimes she's pretty Gi-Hugic.
Sometimes. Virtual Vampire KND. Sounds like, this sounds like a roleplay group that would have been on a forum board. KND Evil Enemy Simulator allows operatives to study enemy behavior and see all their attacks. Oh, same deal as before. Vampire number 1 gets a teleport. A big scream. And a vampire projectile. And he gets to praise the sun. Number 2 have anything different? He's got different animations. Okay. Looks like the same attacks, but different animations for him. Number 5. Okay, just like a basic attack. Oh! She has some different ones. Got like a little dive kick.
Should always have a dive kick.
And a teleport. And nothing mapped to the B button. Number 3 gets a Care Bear heart push out thing. And same scream as number 1. And they all get the teleport. That's neat. That is super, super neat.
It is super neat.
They didn't have to do all this. Granted, it's not like, you know, it's not super in-depth or anything. It's all pretty surface and just like, yo, check it out. But this is still
But it's like, yeah, check it out. Here's your moveset.
This is more than any of those SpongeBob games had, I'll tell you that. But one would argue that those SpongeBob games were, in some cases, better games. Better campaigns, if you want to use, like, Call of Duty terms.
The nomenclature?
The nomenclature. Neat. You know, I'll say, this beats loading into each level with possession mode on individually.
Yeah?
Virtual Sticky Beard! Also sounds like a forum post.
It sounds like a Nintendo game.
Please tell me I get, like, an attack with... He's got Candy Breath. God, Sticky Beard looks great. He's got a big Rasen Shuriken, but it's a peppermint. And you got a stab. A stab and a swipe. It's awesome. God, looking back on these guys, I'm like, I don't want to play that level ever again. Super cool. What else we got? We have... Oh god, we do have the amalgamation. And the... Yeah, okay. Here, actually, hold on. I'm going to use the restroom real quick, and we'll be right back to check out the rest of this stuff. And we're back. You'll have to excuse me. That Romulan ale passes through you like a dose of salt. Virtual Night Brace. Okay, so this one was a... Night Brace was like an arena boss, so I'm kind of curious to see how this one actually plays out. We can't move, of course, but we've got the stab, which is really rough. You got... Yeah, okay, your little projectiles. Where's my beam? Didn't we have some kind of beam or something? Yeah, there we go. And I can't cancel it manually, but it just goes on its own. Neat. All neat. You know what this reminds me of more than anything, though?
What's that?
This reminds me of loading into Dreams on the PS4. Because most people who are making things in Dreams will make, like, I made a character model you can play, and I animated this Solid Snake or this SpongeBob, and you can go around and use it in your own creations if you so choose. This kind of reminds me of that. Just set up your own action platforming adventure game as the Toilinator. Toilinator in this game is a way bigger. He has more
way
stuff
bigger
going
threat
on
than normally.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got like minions and like a move set.
He's got a move set.
I mean, the Toilinator always had this crazy ability to like. Oh God, this is gonna be a pull, but there was an episode in which the Toilinator was at the Grand Canyon. And they were all filling the Grand Canyon with like Rainbow Monkey sugary cereal. And he force commanded like he was Emperor Palpatine just the entire Grand Canyon to flush like a massive toilet. Let's go for
That's pretty good.
Virtual amalgamation. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a good episode. So, oh God, I didn't notice this when we were fighting him before, but the Godzilla spikes on his back are Count Spankulot's hands.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I was thinking to myself, like, where is Count Spankulot in here? He's there.
You got Night Brace's brace, but also Night Brace's glove, Sticky Beard's beard, and the Snot Monger or whatever. I can't see the feet because of, okay, we've got the peg leg.
One of them, and the other one is Grandma Stubbles.
Yeah. This is super neat. You got a beam for breath. Got a charge shot. You got a smack. What's B do? Oh, good. B is Hulk Ultimate Destruction.
It's a good time.
Totally. Okay. It's interesting, by the way, seeing... It's funny to me seeing them up against, like, regular enemies, because obviously in the game they're not actually huge, because the Gamecube can't do it. But...
yeah.
It's funny seeing that illusion broken. Not that it was, not that it was like Penn and Teller bullshit or whatever, but it's neat to me. Okay, well, we can do any one of these as an arena. Is there anyone in particular that you really want to see fight in action?
No, but I get the feeling that you want to see Sticky Beard.
I kind of do want to see Sticky Beard. I was gonna pick the Chunk Wagon, and then I realized that the Chunk Wagon is actually not all that fun to fight as, because its moves mostly just like plant you. All right, let's do it. He's got a big charge, and we do have a health meter this time. I actually, this is probably kind of difficult because, like, what, you've got a lot of health, but a lot of these options you lack mobility, right?
Yeah. So you're just going to be eating hit after hit.
Yeah. Which, I guess, that's probably why this isn't like a bonus mode or something, right? Because it's not actually all that viable.
Yeah.
Where's Sticky Beard in Smash?
Where is Sticky Beard in Smash?
We have yet another... Oh god, was the last... No, the last character wasn't Fire Emblem, right? The last character was Xenoblade?
Xenoblade.
Okay. Could you fucking imagine Sakurai puts together like a live event and he's like, you know, I really loved Kids Next Door, so Sticky Beard is coming in Smash. Oh, it's #1! He's gonna wish he wasn't. I'll tell you that much for free. Adult tyranny all the way. What is this, like, Matrix music?
I don't know, but I think it's unique to this mode.
It's like it's a really short loop too, unless it was played in a cutscene, like in the background or something.
Maybe
when they were playing the video game. Because you can tell it's like a N64 era, like 10-second loop, if that. Reminds me of the Spider-Man PS1 game. So yeah, I mean, that's the arena. We've already seen all these guys moving around, but that's super cool. This game has a lot of stuff in it. And it's just like a lot of stuff in it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This didn't need to be here, but it is, and it's super cool that it is a thing that you can do and you can watch. Also, the attract mode is the thing that we didn't see while... Well, you saw plenty of it, Bix, but obviously we would run this while we were doing the pre-show or whatever. This is how you can tell. This is, yeah, the music that they use for the very final boss. It's like the main theme of the game that they also use for the attract mode. But it's neat. I am a huge, huge fan of Codename Kids Next Door. It was, I think, one of the best cartoons that was on the channel in totality. And I'm glad that the game kind of holds up way more than I thought it would. It's not perfect. Like,
it holds up more than not at all.
It holds up more than a lot of the games of this type and era did, for sure.
And a hell of a lot more than a lot of the games that are coming out now.
Yeah, yeah. I would play this. I would say Codename Kids Next Door Operation Video Game is worth at least 3 to 4 the mediums. Because the medium is not very... a better way to say that might be that the medium is a fifth as good a game as Codename Kids Next Door Operation Video Game for the Nintendo GameCube Entertainment System.
Yeah.
And that's gonna... I mean, that's pretty much gonna do it. Anything else that you want to say or do before we head out a little early today?
No.
I understand.
Well, after we head out a little early today, I'm gonna go get something to eat.
That sounds like a good idea. We're both feeling it. A little tired today.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I would say, hey, if anybody out there has a working GameCube or has access to Dolphin, don't tell Twitch I told you, but you should play this game because it's pretty fun. And obviously, there's a couple of things that we didn't unlock, but for the most part, you've seen all of it.
Next time, I'm going to make you play Cell Damage.
Yeah, I need to get that ROM working again. But yeah, listen, if nothing else,
there's just a cheat code that you have to use to change the render mode. Because as I recall, the graphics are super broken unless you set it all to like plastic mode, and then it looks good.
That makes sense.
Which, thanks Pseudo Interactive for providing the alternate rendering mode as a cheat code goof. Because it makes the game run on emulators.
Super neat.
Nifty.
All right, everybody. We are going to head out. Take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your day. And stop adult tyranny wherever you see it. If you see adult tyranny happening, you shut that shit down.
That's right.
Thanks for watching.